Welcome to Lesson 9, Day 18, Reading and Speaking Fluency. The learning targets for today are: I can read a text aloud fluently and accurately, and I can define the words fluently and accurately in my vocabulary log. Your materials are your independent reading text, a journal or a blank sheet of paper, a pencil, and your vocabulary logs from the previous lessons. Hi, second graders. Today we will be working within the Reading and Speaking Fluency component of AllBlock. This is the poster for Reading and Speaking Fluency that we looked at previously. So what is fluency? The definition can be found here under What is it? Here we see reading aloud smoothly with expression. This is a good definition of the word fluently. It also says without making mistakes. This is a good definition for the word accurately. Let's practice reading fluently using a text that you are already familiar with from a previous lesson on hummingbirds. When hummingbirds get their food from a flower, they also help the flower. How? By pollinating it. When hummingbirds put their beak into a tube-like flower, some of the flower's pollen can get on them. Then, when they go to sip nectar from another flower, they move the pollen to that new flower. If the pollen lands in the right place in the flower, the plant will grow new seeds. So hummingbirds help lots of plants survive and grow. These birds are truly special. Notice I tried to read with expression while also reading smoothly and without making mistakes. So, what do you think is the gist of this excerpt? You might have said the gist is hummingbirds help pollinate flowers by carrying pollen from flower to flower. This helps each flower grow new seeds that turn into new flowers. Now you will practice reading the text below aloud. When you read, try to sound like a robot. For example, when hummingbirds get their food from a flower, they also help the flower. Pause the video and practice reading like a robot. Can you figure out why we are reading in a funny, exaggerated voice? It helps us think about tone and expression and changes our focus from worrying about reading each word perfectly. When we worry too much about getting something right, it can sometimes stop us from doing as well as we would like. Now find a part of your independent reading book that you want to read aloud to practice reading fluently. Remember to read aloud smoothly with expression and without making mistakes. This means you will practice reading fluently and accurately. After you have found your section that you will read to practice reading, pause the video and read your excerpt to a family member or a friend. Please pause the video. Great job, second graders. Did you find words that were easy to read and words that were difficult to read? What would make it easier to read the difficult words next time? You can add those words to your vocabulary log. Add the words fluently and accurately to your vocabulary log as well. Pause the video and add these words to your vocabulary log and any other word that you felt was difficult to read. Pause the video. Great job today, second graders. Remember to think about your reading and practice reading fluently and accurately. The learning targets for today were: I can read a text aloud fluently and accurately. I can define the words fluently and accurately in my vocabulary log. Has your understanding of today's learning targets improved? Think about what part of the lesson helped you the most. This concludes today's lesson.